for joining us here today. Our goal is to talk to you about wellness and your home life as you're working from home, as well as an opportunity to do some stretches, some little things that hopefully will help you to get rid of those neck pains and back pains and issues that you might have. We've heard lately during COVID especially that people are working from their couches and from their kitchen tables, and those areas are not necessarily appropriate for long-term sitting and working, and there's been a lot of strain going on. So hopefully there are some tools that you'll be able to use to help you to be healthier as you're working from home, and be able to bring those same tools back into the workplace as we get back into the workplace. I want to make a few introductions. First off, I am Doug Foreman with Fringe Benefit Plans. We are a insurance brokerage here in Central Florida, and I want to introduce Vicki Case, who is with Advent Health University, and she does occupational therapy, and she'll be walking through some tricks and trades that she has to help you in your daily work life. And then we'll introduce David Slockett, who is a certified strength coach with Slockett Sports and Fitness Performance, and he'll show us some stretches, some light workout, those type of things that you can do at home without having to put on workout clothes, something you can do in just 3 or 5 minutes that will really help you throughout the day. So Vicki, if you're ready, I'm going to hand it over to you to walk us through.
Okay, thank you so much. So what I wanted to start talking to you first about is workplace ergonomics, wherever that workplace is. And I know that some of you may be in this kind of a strange situation right now. And the one thing, if you don't get anything out of this today except for this, I would say is what you need to do is try to make your workstation fit you. You shouldn't have to fit to your workstation. So I'm gonna talk to you about some things that maybe can help you get your workstation to fit your body better than the other way around. So we're going to talk about some things that put you at risk for some of that pain and strain that you're feeling. We're going to talk about some recommendations on how to improve that. And then David is going to talk to you about some stretches and some strengthening exercises that you can do, whether you're in your real office or your office at home, which your office might be your couch or your dining room table. So cumulative trauma disorder or repetitive strain injury is something that happens just from sitting at your desk. It seems kind of crazy. It sounds like a very serious thing, cumulative trauma disorder, but just sitting at your desk, just wear and tear from repetitive overuse and sitting in positions that aren't good for our bodies. But these things can be controlled if we fix our workstation. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to do that today. Main risk factors, repetition. So sitting at your computer, I'm sure if any of you sit at your computer and you're typing a lot and using that mouse a lot, you experience that maybe forearm pain, shoulder pain, force, awkward posture, sitting slumped over your computer, not having good back support and things like that can put you at risk. So you may recognize yourself in this picture, or maybe this woman here. I mean, you can just look at them and see what's going to hurt later, and we don't even think about that when we're sitting at our desks. But when you look at a picture of somebody like this, you're like, oh my goodness, like his shoulders are all, elevated, and he's going to have shoulder and neck pain later from the way he's holding his neck and shoulders. This poor woman is going to have horrible back pain, in a few hours and definitely by the end of the day. So you may recognize yourself in these pictures. So let's talk about what you can do. The first thing is working in a neutral position. So what I mean by that is if you look at this picture of this woman, she's in a very what we call neutral position. She's kind of looks like she's like very straight lines. Her hips are in 90 degrees of hip flexion and 90 degrees of knee and ankle flexion. So she's very neutral. The other thing you want to do, and we'll talk more specifically in a few minutes, is how to adjust the chair, how to adjust your monitor, how do I get some good back support, and what are some other ergonomic features I can add in. So the first thing to do is focus on your head and your core, your trunk, and looking at what does my neck look like? Is it jutted forward? Am I leaned forward? But really, you need to be in this position that this guy is on the very end here, with this nice neutral posture. Shoulders should be relaxed, not up like this. Like this guy in this first picture. I mean, his shoulders, he's going to be a mess later on. Wrists also need to be in a straight position as opposed to a great deal of wrist extension. Lower back needs to be supported. You can see in this picture with his posture in all of these, the first three, his back is not supported at all. But once he gets himself up into that nice straight neutral posture, that back support comes in and supports his back. Feet on the floor, I have a challenge with that. I'm super short. So if I get my chair at the height it needs to be for my shoulders, then I'm too short, my feet don't reach the ground. So you may have to add in something like a footrest. It could be something as simple as a box, or a stack of books you might have around. And also, just thinking about like, where are my having your forearms and your thighs parallel to the floor, not up like this, but straight parallel. So let's talk about chairs. It's really great if you can have a chair with armrests. Now, I am a walking horrible example of what a workstation should look like. I normally teach college, and right now I'm teaching a lot from home in my dining room. It's a mess. I have a crystal bowl. I have my computer sitting on top of that. I have my other monitor over here. I'm constantly twisting and turning. It's horrible. So I need to practice what I'm preaching here today. I have no arm support for my arms, but it's really great if you could get some arm support so that your arms aren't just out here working in space with no support. If you do have armrests, it's really important to have them at a nice angle where your arms are just resting on them. Your shoulders aren't hiked up high, but your arms are able to relax and rest on those armrests. Lumbar support is really great too. That's why in our offices we tend to have these nicer chairs. I know my dining room table chairs don't look like these chairs at all. A waterfall front, it's just that rounded edge. That's going to provide more support, and especially for the short people out there. When we're sitting in a chair, you can actually get a lot of pain, and if you can get swelling in your ankles. You may notice that at the end of the day, just from the pressure on the backs of your thighs from sitting in a chair that doesn't have that nice waterfall front. 5 legs are better than 4, and also a chair that swivels is really nice. So then you're not twisting and turning, you have the chair that twists and turns with you. Keyboard and mouse, your keyboard should really be at elbow height. So you shouldn't be up working like this. You also shouldn't be, straining down low. It should be right at elbow height. Your wrist should also be straight. So I use these little ergonomic mouse pads. Mine have like little beans in them, like a little bean bag. I use this with my mouse because if I don't have it, then my wrist, and when I'm using my mouse, tends to go into a great deal of wrist extension as opposed to this nice neutral position. I also have a longer one that I use in front of my keyboard. And so my wrists are constantly in this nice, straight, neutral position like you see in that picture. And so you can get them, they have nice ones that have like gel, and then mine have the little bean bags I like because it really contours to my wrist. The other thing too is with your mouse is make sure it's as close to your computer as possible. You don't want to work out here with your mouse. You want it to be closer. And if your arm starts to even get tired, then if you're using a laptop, you could use your mouse on your laptop and kind of alternate between the two. Monitor should be at eye level or just below eye level. So you can see in this picture, in the first guy, his monitor is way too low. So that's causing him to want his neck to be flexed, and his spine is like this. The other guy having this nice, when the computer monitor is up high, it promotes that nice neutral posture. And it should be about 24 inches away from your face. You also can do things to decrease glare on your screen. I know they have attachments that can go on your screen. You can tilt your screen, dim the lights, adjust the color and brightness, contrast for your eyes. You also can use the blue blocking glasses. I love these. I just got these. They also have magnification. So if anybody out there is also needing magnification. Not that I need it, but mine just happens to have it. But it blocks that the blue light, and it also provides magnification. So some other things is to reduce repetition. Like, how do I do that? If you're at the computer typing all day, take more mini breaks. Instead of taking a longer lunch break, take maybe every 50 minutes. My students do this. I teach class for 3 hours. They're about to go crazy at the end of at the end of 50 minutes. They need a break. A lot of times they'll hop up, maybe do a little exercise or something. Practice stress reduction, some deep breathing, some stretches like David's going to show you. If you're writing a lot, I know we don't tend to write as much, but if you are in a position where you are writing a lot, you can build up the grip on your pencil, just putting some foam or something around your pen. Taking care of your eyes is really important. Make sure you're going for those annual exams to make sure that your eyes are being taken care of, especially because we're spending so much time on the computer. And just healthy lifestyle, exercise, diet, really important. Lighting is also important. Also, if you can dim the lights in your setting, that also helps. Minimizing reflective surfaces, maybe adjusting the blinds. I know at home I am facing a window, which is better lighting for teaching on Zoom, but yet I have quite a bit of glare, so I tend to adjust my blinds. And use task lighting, like this picture shows. The light is focused exactly where that person needs it. The other thing is just your workspace, thinking about what do I use the most? Besides my laptop, is it the phone? Is it a certain file cabinet? Can you get things closer to you so you're not twisting and turning a lot? You can see here, this guy is a hot mess. This is what I look like at my dining room table. His feet aren't, where they need to be. His things are spaced out. He's kind of twisted, and he's kind of working like this. He's going to be in pain by the end of the day. So if you find yourself looking like this, go back to some of those other pictures and really see if you can fix your station to look more neutral. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about stretching. I just want to say it's really important to do this throughout the day. Again, instead of longer breaks, take shorter breaks, even if it's just 5 minutes. Your stretches should be slow, and wherever you're feeling the pain, that's a good place to start. So I'm going to let David go through some of these, and we're not going to show you every one of them, but there's a lot to choose from.
Yeah. Hi, guys. Like Vicki said, it is important that we take these breaks, and wherever you start to feel tension or you start to feel uncomfort coming in, that's the time you want to take the time to make that stretch. For example, your neck, some stretches up here to show you how to stretch your neck. Hold the stretch maybe for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and do it 3 times throughout the day. Here's some more stretches. This number 9 is a great stretch for your shoulders. So what you'd want to do is with anchor your arm and pull in until you start to feel the stretch, and then look towards that stretch. And again, hold for 20 to 30 seconds. Maybe do the other side. Do that like 3 times a day, or 3 times in one sitting. Here's some more stretches. It's also important, guys, that you're drinking water, because you can get stiff. If you're drinking water throughout the day, it'll help you with your mobility.
So this is just a nice variety. Choose what fits you, like David was saying, whatever's hurting you, that's where you need to focus.
So guys, I really want to encourage you to get up and do squats throughout the day. And if you have time, maybe do some lunges. I would teach you how to do a squat. When you stand up, I would open your stance so that your feet are slightly outside your shoulders. I'd stand up tall. I'd put your hands right out in front. And I would try to squat as deep as you can. Ideally, I would like to see someone squat lower than their knees. If you can do that, you're really working into the hips and the glutes. It also is going to help you with your knees and low back. So here's some examples of how to squat and lunge. Maybe 10 squats, 12 squats, 3 times a day, or 3 sets. You can do push-ups off the wall, or you can go to the floor. Supermans and bird dogs are key for low back strength. Sitting all day, you can get stiffness in your back. So I'd encourage you to do Supermans, maybe 5, hold for 10 seconds. Bird dogs, think about holding a glass of water in your back and slowly raising one arm and the opposite leg and hold, and do that 10 times for maybe a 1 second hold. And bridges are key to a healthy back.
Okay. That's all we have today. I hope that helps you all with some stretching, with some helping make your workstation a little bit more comfortable for you.
Thank you, guys. And Vicki, can you put the cover page on again, just so if anybody here would like to reach out to David or Vicki for additional information or content, their contact information is here. And you guys did a wonderful job. Thank you so much. These are some great tips. I wanted to get up and start doing squats right now. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.